Hey y'all, this is Nick with HoustonCaseManagers.com, and in this edition of Commute-nity Resources, man, this truck is loud. I'm going to tell you how to get rent and utility assistance in Houston. So, the first thing that you want to do whenever you're trying to find rent and utility assistance is you need to find agencies that help out your particular zip code. So, say for instance you stay in the 3rd Ward area. Your zip code is likely 77004. You need to find nonprofit agencies who provide assistance to people in your zip code. That's the way a lot of funds are given out. They give you funds as a nonprofit, and you use those funds to help out people who are in your area. You don't go outside the area. You only help the people who fall under your zip code. So that's the first thing that you got to do, is you have to find agencies who help your zip code. You can find agencies who can help your zip code. I have there's a search. There's a table that you can search, and you can find the agencies who help according to zip code. You can find that on the website. If you're watching from YouTube, I'll put a link in the comments. If you're on the page, just keep scrolling and you'll see it below. So go to that search box, or go to that table, type in your zip code. You'll see the agencies that help you out. Call those agencies up, tell them that you need rent or utility assistance, and they're going to start asking you questions, and basically they're going to try to figure out why is it that you need assistance. So you can't just call and say, hey, I blew all my money on Astros tickets, now can you pay my rent? They're not going to pay your bills if that's the case. An acceptable excuse is, or acceptable reason for them to pay your bills is, let's say you went to the hospital and all your money was spent on that hospital visit. The hospital bill was big and you had to spend, all your rent money on that. That's acceptable. It's also acceptable if you got laid off, your income went away. That's also acceptable. If you can show documentation proving both of those things, that either you went to the hospital, you got laid off, whatever your excuse is, whatever the reason is that you can't pay rent or utilities, show them that information, because that's going to go a long way. Like I said, these are government funds, and they have to show the people who give these funds, they have to say, hey, we got this money from you, and this is what it went toward. It went toward somebody who really needed it. So whenever you go, they're going to ask you about your financial situation, and don't take that personally. They're just trying to craft a good story so they can prove that the money went to somebody who truly deserved it, and not somebody who just recklessly spent their money. So like I said, you need to find an agency that helps your zip code, call them up, have a valid reason why you can't pay your rent or utilities this month. Another thing is, you want to have a game plan for next month. You want to tell them, hey, if you can help me out this month, next month I'll be okay, because I've got an interview for a new job, so I'll have more income coming in. Basically, you want to seem like you are self-sufficient, because again, if you have a plan, then they're going to be more likely to work with you. Lastly, there are some zip codes that there is nobody that specifically helps them out as far as rent and utility assistance. That doesn't mean that you can't get assistance. What you can do is you can go to, they have general agencies or nonprofits that help out the city of Houston or Harris County in general. They help all zip codes. Now that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, because you have more people trying to get those resources. So again, it's better than nothing. If you stay in a zip code and nobody helps you out, then call one of those the agencies that help out the whole city. But I'll also put that in an article. I'll also link it on YouTube, the agencies who help out all zip codes, if you need it. But if you have questions about any of this, just leave your message or your question in the comments, and I will answer it as soon as possible.